Good.
Hello and welcome to Winter Grace Senior Ministries. I am Debbie Bergio. I am so fortunate to be joined today by Karol Hess, who is a local Columbia resident and a member of the Village in Howard. Karol, thank you so much for joining us.
Thank you. I am honored to be
Oh,
able to participate. Thank you.
well, thanks. Can you tell us why the Village in Howard? Why is that so important to you that you would take time this morning to talk to us about it?
Well, let me give some thought of why today. We've all been through the COVID-19 pandemic in all its iterations, and the Village in Howard has filled such a chasm for me during this period of time of being not necessarily quarantined, but having to stay in your home, not going out, being out with the public. Uh, I have done very little of that for the past year and a half. And so the Village in Howard has filled a huge part of my day and my week. I have been thrilled to participate in so many of the activities that have been created recently and because of COVID, and as well as activities that I started way back 6 years ago when I became involved. And some of my favorites today are the meanderings that occur on Mondays where you just do a Zoom activity, never quite sure who's going to show up. And that's the fun part of the village
Sure.
because you just get to meet people you never ever would have met again or before or ever. It's been such fun to meet the experts in psychology and in business and the people that are working still and what their lives are like. I still am working after a fashion, but the village has provided an opportunity to meet people that I never ever would have met before, ever, and to have conversations and meanderings and my 3 cents and the lunch on every Wednesday. I mean, the activities just going on and on and on. I could choose to be more involved and then have no time for anything else, or try really to keep it down to a slow boil, I guess.
Okay.
But I've just been enriched by the opportunities. I am thrilled to see what people have been able to do during the pandemic, being able to secure grants and that would then lead to another activity that we never would have thought about.
Oh, wow.
The energy is wonderful. I just cannot honestly cannot think of a single thing I would want to change that
Oh.
has been occurring. This past year, year and a half, I'm sure none of us thought we would be doing what we have been doing, but it has provided opportunities for me
Mm-hmm.
uh, to be able to participate on the board of directors, which I never thought I would be doing, and really enjoying that. So that's today. And I'm always excited to talk to people about those opportunities. There are so many things. I wish everybody would just get involved. But so that's the why I am involved and why I wish to stay involved with
Mm-hmm.
the village. But it all started 7 years ago, really, when they were just beginning to organize, and I was invited to be a part of that. In the early days, my husband was very ill with lung cancer, and so that was not a time for me. So, but the time did come after he passed away, and I then had to have knee surgery. And the village was trying to start their circle of care, which is a level of care available. And they needed a guinea pig. And I said, I'll volunteer.
Sure.
So the several people, Kathy O'Rourke and gosh, I'm sorry, I can't remember all the people that would come to visit me, and we would figure out what was going to happen before I had the surgery, and then it would start when I came home from the hospital. They did a
Okay.
fantastic job. And so that launched or helped to launch Circle of Care, a wonderful, wonderful service of the village in Howard. And so I'm always happy to see people taking advantage of that.
Mm-hmm.
But the thing was that back in 2015, when I started to get involved, it was a time when it was a sad time for me. I was grieving, and yet I had wonderful family who still live in Columbia. I had my professional cohorts who were great, my church, my neighborhood,
Mm-hmm.
but getting involved with the village, which I started out in 2015-16 after the surgery, and just going to the Wednesday lunches. Every Wednesday, you would go to a restaurant, never knew who was going to show up, and you went to one restaurant per month.
Okay.
And so you got to move around, but those conversations and those people that I was able to meet, people I had never known, I don't think our paths would ever have crossed, was just wonderful. And that part of it helped change my life.
Mm.
And then I knew that I wanted to be involved. I wanted to take advantage of the opportunities that the village provided. And it has just continued. And I now, of course, am probably too involved, but I just can't tell you in the strongest of words how much that's meant to me. Now, I've lived in Columbia since day one. So,
Mm-hmm.
there were 300 families. We all knew each other, but you then wander off. So I've been at home in Columbia for over 50 years,
Mm-hmm.
and yet nothing other than moving to Columbia has changed me so much as being a part of the village. So
Wow.
I'm thankful and I'm blessed to have the opportunity to sing their praises because that needs to happen. They're just wonderful people, and there is something for everybody. I don't care who you are.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's so good. So we've been through ups and downs,
Sure.
but the membership has been very stable and fun to get to know the people. And I really enjoy working with the membership committee and greeting new members,
Mm-hmm.
people returning to the village after being away for a while. And yeah, I'm a real happy person about this involvement.
That's just fantastic. I mean, it sounds like you can get involved in any level that you want to, as
Absolutely.
little or as much, even if you think it's too much. But if you're enjoying it, then it's not. And
Absolutely. Yep. And we've been able to share in each other's uh, fun things and sad things. We've had dear members who've passed away, and we've been there for them during that period of time.
mm-hmm.
I've, I'm just pleased that we have those opportunities. Yeah, I really encourage people to get involved.
That it sounds wonderful. I think when we talked earlier, I told you I have a few more months until I can join, but I am really looking forward to it.